Hello, I'm going to be talking about the culture of Spain. In this presentation, we'll be talking about the introduction of the culture, history, flag, languages, religions, holiday celebrations, traditional clothing, and traditional foods. First off, Spain is actually located in the southern western of Europe. It is between Portugal and France. The capital city is nearly at the heart of Spain, which is called Madrid. And the population right now is approximately 47.9 million. And some famous landmarks you might recognize are Sagrada Familia, the Alhambra, and the Great Mosque of Cordoba. So the history of Spain, uh, they were once under a dictatorship from Francisco Franco. He is in power of control. He was a Spanish general who enforced practices in traditional Catholicism and abused human rights. His dictatorship happened during the Spanish Civil War, which is a violent war between left and right-wing Spanish traditionalists, which caused a political division and economic struggles. Because of the economic struggles, the civilians suffered blockade, leading to famine. If you don't know what famine is, it's basically extreme hunger crisis that led to thousands died from starvation and malnutrition. Here's the flag of Spain. So the red color represents strength and the blood of Spanish fighters. The color gold, it represents the country's wealth and represents the sun. And the five shields, they represent historic kingdoms that had united to form Spain. And the crown is supposed to signify the Spanish monarchy. And there's the pillars of Hercules, which is supposed to represent the Strait of Gibraltar, which is anciently considered to the edge of the known world. And the plus ultra, it's Latin phrase for more beyond that symbolizes Spain's global exploration and its territories beyond Europe after the discovery of America. There are four official languages in Spain, which are Castilian, Spanish, excuse my mispronunciation, Catalan, Galician, and Basque. And there are regional languages in Spain, which are Aranés, Asturian, Leonés, and Aragonés, Extremaduran, Andalusian, and Murcian dialects. The most dominant religion in Spain is called Roman Catholicism. It plays a huge role in social, political, and educational norms. But however, in 2023, from the ages of, I believe, 18 through 25, there's actually a significant decline in Roman Catholicism. And however, though, there's actually a 42% increase in secularism, or also known as like non-religious or considered atheist. However, they also can practice some spirituality. Holiday celebrations. So there are two holiday celebrations I would like to share, which is called Las Fladas and San Fermin Festival. Las Fladas takes place in March 19, which is I believe, the first arrival of spring, and it takes place in Valencia, Spain, in honor of Saint Joseph. Saint Joseph was a patron saint of carpenters, woodworkers, and craftsmen. And because of his work, people in Spain would create these satirical like sculptures made out of whatever materials they can, and they make it these big, extravagant, vibrant, colored sculptures where people can like show off their work of art in a parade. And by the end of the parade, or to say by the end of the night, it's supposed to address social issues by burning down their own creation. And San Fermin Festival, it takes place from July 6 to 14. It takes place in Pamplona, Spain. It's a long week celebration to honor Saint Firmin. Saint Firmin is actually the first bishop of Pamplona, and there was a popular legend that he was tied and dragged by a bull, considered that he was a martyr, which is why, as you see in the video or in the picture, that there's people were chased by a bull, which is one of the old Spanish traditions that was celebrated. Traditional clothing. In women's traditional clothing, there's this well-known dress called the flamenco. Flamenco is actually a dance, but they also have their own outfits for women to dance in which is like this slim starch fabrics that's supposed to simulate paper. So it's supposed to be like light, and it usually has ruffles on the ends of their skirts and their sleeves. And the most popular pattern would be the polka dot patterns. And women, they usually added other accessories into their flamenco, which are the shawls, the fan, and the colorful earrings. They can also top it off with a flower headpiece, which is like a large, vibrant silk flowers. They usually wear red roses or carnations, and is often paired with a hair comb and a traditional lace or silk veil. And the headpieces actually symbolizes passion, femininity, and regional pride. Men's traditional clothing. Um, they usually wear a fitted short jacket, high-waisted trousers, or a white shirt, a waist sash, and a wide brim hat. On the right pic is the main traditional men's clothing, while the one in the left is actually from the northern side of Spain. So this is just depends which region they're from. So they have like their own traditional clothing. Traditional foods. They also one of their traditional foods are churros, and it has flour, water, salt, and oil, usually added sugar, cinnamon, or thick hot chocolate. Some recipes use butter, eggs, or baking powder for more texture and richness flavor. And the paella, it has rice, chicken, or rabbit as their traditional proteins. Flat, oh wait, sorry, flat green beans, white lima beans, and tomatoes, along with saffron threads, olive oil, salt, and sometimes paprika or rosemary to have like a little taste, a little flavor. The most common dish that I showed right here is called the seafood paella, which just has squid, shrimp, prawns, mussels, and fish broth. And a couple more I want to show you are called croquettes and tortilla de patas. But yeah. Um, the croquettes, they have milk, butter, or olive oil, flour, diced ham, roast chicken, or salt cod, breadcrumbs, and eggs. And in the tortillas de patatas, which is like a Spanish omelet, it has potatoes, which is where the patatas come from, eggs, olive oil, onions, and salt. And here are the resources I got, and I hope you like this presentation.